What on D&D here? Welcome back to a video on Tier Legion. I hope y'all are having a fan-flippin-tastic day. Today we're doing an episode of Tiercast, the podcast series. We're kind of bringing it back, so this is the new episode 1, I guess you could say. And I am not the host of this series, so I'd like to introduce you to our technically 3 hosts. So go ahead and introduce yourself, starting with you, the oldest person in the group. Well, the person who's been in Tier the longest, technically. Go ahead.
Yo guys, it is Flub-a-Dub, well, Tier Flub, actually. I will be most of the time streaming all of the podcasts, so anything I could change at all, please let me know. And don't forget to join our Discord server, and follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and hit that little bell.
Up next, we're going to go with the most burnt-up member here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
No, I'm leaving. Flub didn't even include me, so I'm not supposed to be here. Fuck all.
No, you're supposed... Oh, alright. Well, then I guess we're going to go with the... I guess we're going to then... I guess he's not a part of it. So I'd like to introduce you to Flub's other host. Go ahead and introduce yourself. That was the most pitiful intro ever. Alright, anyway, so today we're going to be talking about a few other topics right before we get into the main point of today's live broadcast. And the point of it is the Modern Warfare Alpha, but yeah, we're just gonna go and I guess talk about the first article. So Flub, go ahead, pull it up, and we'll discuss it.
Alright, but before we start this, just want everyone to know it is not my fault. Toasty is not included. He did not send me his logo, therefore I could have not added it. So now I will go into the first article after pulling all the blame on Toasty. Haha, aren't I just the...
D&D said he would send it to you.
He didn't.
I did!
Nope, it's not yet. I copied all
Where's
the ones
the
that he sent me.
The fuck?
Help!
Oh god! I sent it to Nashi! Why did I send it to... Alright, just continue.
Alright, so which article are we starting off with? The first one you sent me?
Yeah, the first article.
Alright. Phantom Lord seeks $35 million in damages from Twitch in a court case. Just wanted to let everyone know, it's just a guy that looks really high. I think I offended a lot of people. The first court case is one of the most significant lawsuits in streaming history. Took place between August 13th and 15th. James Phantom Lord Varja, at one time one of the most popular personalities in live streaming, is suing the platform where he used to broadcast, Twitch, after he was banned for using the services in 2016. Having failed his lawsuits on February 14, 2018, after he had been banned from Twitch platform for almost 600 days, Phantom Lord's legal team claimed that Twitch had violated its contract with him by never issuing a satisfactory explanation for why they terminated his account. The files presented to the court, including evidence of Twitch representatives appearing to be unclear over their own rules. Varja's legal counsel stated that his removal from the platform had caused him irreparable damages, which prompted Twitch to counterfile in May of the same year, where they too started. They would seek damages for an amount to be disclosed at trial. And
Damn.
Damn, I was about to say damn to damn, that's a lot, eh?
So I'm just gonna have a couple of dams here. Dams.
Alright, well, first off, if you're banned from Twitch, I wish they would have stated exactly what he did. Did he make did he say the N-word or something on stream?
Did he jack off on stream?
What was he banned for is the first thing. Because if it was something stupid like saying one word, then I think he should be unbanned and paid for his average donations that he missed out on. But if it was something like abusing an animal or like hitting his wife or something on stream, then I don't think he should be unbanned, because one, you did something horrible in real life and that's against terms of service, and he shouldn't be seeking damages if that is the case, but I'd like to know what he was banned for.
Okay, I will open up the lawsuit right now and tell everyone what was presented to the court.
And also, Flub, your audio sounds so bad. Like for podcasts, the number one thing is good audio. Your audio sounds like someone shitting down a mic and then talking into it. Like the shit is seeping into the fucking microphone while you're talking into it.
Well, for me, my microphone is perfect because I can hear it perfectly fine because I have.
Watch the stream. Watch the fucking stream.
Yeah,
I'm listening to it now.
It sounds ass.
Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing.
Like everyone's audio just sounds like shit.
Yeah, it's because we're. Yeah, what the hell?
I should have had Toasty do the audio, the whole stream. But anyway, I guess episode 2 will definitely show improvement.
Because episode 2, I would have much more than about a few hours to prepare for this.
Yeah.
You only need 10 minutes to prepare, you fucking idiot. And how can you even get the audio wrong? Like OBS sets it up for
OBS
you.
doesn't
And you
even
can't.
need to have settings for this.
Yeah, it doesn't even need to have settings for audio. Flub, it's something wrong with your computer
Okay.
or your PC audio settings.
I mean, it is a
Fine.
school.
Okay, everybody, listen right now. From the
No.
next stream, the audio will be much better.
We should do it on
We
weekends.
promise.
Time.
We hereby solemnly swear that if the audio is not at least 1,000,000 times better, Toasty will personally be your slave for 15 years.
What the frick? Where's his consent in this?
He doesn't have any. He's a piece of toast. He has no human rights because he's a piece of toast.
And you're black.
He has toast rights.
No, there's no such thing.
He doesn't
All
want
right,
butter.
all right. Look, back into the points of the podcast. So
Okay, let's see.
I don't think that the suit is justified from him, because in reality, if he's the one who's done something wrong against Twitch and they banned him, which I'm assuming, hopefully they banned him for a good reason instead of that he didn't have tits and an ass, so they wouldn't excuse it.
Okay,
But
who wants to know the reason?
I'm hoping that they banned him for an actual reason.
Okay, guys, everybody, I need a drum roll for this reason.
What?
Nobody fucking knows the reason.
Oh wow.
He was just banned.
Well, usually if they're just banned, it means they broke TOS directly.
I know, but
Okay,
it doesn't
now
show any
add
version.
my icon.
Did you send it to
All right,
me?
well, let's get on into the next article because we have a few more to go before we can get into the main topic of discussion. So next article, please.
Okay.
Who the
Just-
frick is your boy?
Okay, should I add Toasty's thing in first, or should I go to the next article first?
Just read the article, please. Just get everything done for this podcast.
Alright. Well then, next article. Wait, which one was the next one you sent me? It was this one here. Oh, this Fortnite stuff. Okay. 100T Valkyrie wins Twitch rivals Fortnite showdown game by intentionally hacking. Ooh. 100
How do you unintentionally hack?
quote unquote unintentionally. 100 Thieves Fortnite
Alright.
streamer Rachel Valkyrie Hofstetter won a Twitch Rivals match after she somehow became invincible outside of the final circle. Fortnite has has plenty of bugs in the past, including one that Epic recently fixed. God damn it, I can't read. I'm stupid, sorry. Prevented players from the effects of the boogie bomb when they were in a match. But we haven't seen any glitches or bugs like Valkyrie's, where she kept her from taking any damage from being in the storm at the end of the match. How did Valkyrie become invincible? The glitch happened during Twitch Rivals tournament, which means it was on a custom server and not the main Fortnite client. Valkyrie called it unintentional hacking on Twitter, but there's no sign that she did anything out of the ordinary, so it seems to be a random glitch that worked in streamers' favor. The Fortnite Twitch Rivals tournament was interesting. I won a game by unintentionally hacking. GG's only. That's what she sent on her official Twitter. I'm stupid. As as the other two surviving players battled it out, Valkyrie tried to figure out what could have caused the glitch while waiting for a chance to strike. Once one of the other players dropped down, she swooped in from the storm to claim her first victim. I'm a horrible person. Oh my god, dude. The streamer laughed as she retreated back into the storm. It didn't seem to be an intentional hack or exploit, so you can't really fault Valkyrie for taking advantage of what the game gave her to get the W. What are your opinions? By the way, she looks very
Well-
thin and she is thick.
All right, first off, I don't think that it was a hack. I'd say it was probably an exploit or glitch in the game, but I hope they redid it because it isn't fair that she had an exploit like that to prevent her from taking damage. Like 100%, if it was like a cash tournament, they need to refund the prize money.
True. But then at the same time, no matter what, I feel since it was a tournament in general, everybody, the last surviving members or whoever she killed deserves another chance at the tournament without losing anything.
Yeah, because a glitch like that just makes it unfair to any other player. And especially in a game like Fortnite where the guns and stuff are randomly given to you, it's like a glitch like that where the person's in God mode is more like in Call of Duty you can get around it because there's other players to kill and you can win without killing everybody. But Fortnite, if you can't kill the last person, you lose. Or if they can't take damage, you're dead. You've lost.
True. Very true. But then also at the same time, we can't blame her in the slightest.
You can't really blame her, I agree.
Even though I really want to blame her, because I like putting blame on people, but it's kind of impossible for me to come up with a reasonable argument that it's her fault.
Yeah, you can't really blame her because it is a glitch of the game. So I'd chuck it up to that she just found a good glitch and won. So congratulations, Valkyrie, on winning. GG.
GG no rees. Even though there were probably many. Anyway,
All right.
want to go on to the next article?
The next article's on Call of Duty news. So this is starting to branch into Call of Duty, but this is on a team, 100 Thieves. So go ahead and start the article.
100 Thieves, Prista and Crowder quality rejoin FaZe Clan. Yeah, just want to add in one question. Why is it when people try to look serious, they look like they're having an orgasm and at the same time are constipated? Can we just bring this up? Like, just a quick side note. Why is it whenever a gamer is serious, it looks like they're having an orgasm and are constipated at the exact same time?
I know, I kind of agree.
Can we please address this issue? Like, come on.
All right, on to the article, though.
Shortly after placing second at the 2019 CWL Championships, 100 Thieves player Presta, Greener, and coach
Prista.
Yammer.
Prista.
I literally said that twice now. And coach James Crowder have quality rejoined FaZe after player and 100 Thieves just happened to be in the market for a replacement for Fera.
Yeah, Pharaoh.
They also needed a coach, but due to the contracts that both players were under on FaZe, a loan agreement was seen as the best option. And both Prista and Crowder moved to 100T on a temporary basis for the remainder of the season. Prista and Crowder helped 100 Thieves to their first ever tournament wins. Similarly, Dylan Attack Price was loaned from FaZe Clan Evil Genius and announced after the conclusion of Champs that it meant he was officially back with his organization. Neither Prista or Crowder made any such announcement, would only twit longer, posted by Crowder to thank his new former organization for the Black Ops 4 season. On August 21st, both players removed 100 Thieves branding from their social media profiles, replacing it with FaZe Clan. Crowder thanked CEO Nadeshot again on Twitter, saying, "Our run this year will never be forgotten." What are your thoughts?
Pretty gay.
On to you.
Honestly, I didn't think that they helped the team at all. I was watching a lot of their matches, and to be honest, I think that Priesta has really lost a lot of skill. Because to be honest, most of the kills and amazing rotations I saw were from 100 Thieves Kenny. I wasn't overly impressed with him. I thought Crowder was a pretty good coach, but I mean, then again, what does it really take to coach them? I mean, if you've already got some of the best players in the world, they don't need much. They don't need much telling what to do because they're already good.
True. But also, I feel like that if they weren't there, I don't think they would have actually been able to get the win in general, because they did join, and that kind of also at the same time boosted the morale
I mean,
of
this
the
is
other players.
again though. This is only the second year 100 Thieves been competing in COD. Beforehand, they only had a League of Legends team. But like with the CWL, I will say that they had a pretty significant year last year. They got like second and third place a lot. Winning for them this year was definitely tough though. Like I will say, I don't think that Priesta gave them a huge edge. Like when I heard he joined, I'm like, these guys are just going to dominate. But like they were sucking in the first few matches. Like especially in Cleveland. Like dude, I was watching that one and I'm like, dude, 100 Thieves has a horrible team.
I can't really comment on that because I didn't really pitch in for any of that. But out of general experience with teams and coaching and all of that, I would say the coach was needed in the end, because if they did not have the coach, they wouldn't have as much team correlation, even though they would have had still great team correlation.
The coach definitely helped. I will say he definitely prepared them when they were fighting Luminosity. They would not have won without him. And when they went against Cloud9, I also think he helped there because the coach had helped FaZe beat them before. So he definitely knew their players. So I do think he helped there. But like when they were fighting Splice and E United, I just did not see there being a ton of help.
True. Anyway, so
You didn't watch any of it.
no, I am so sorry, guys, for being a useless piece of shit as usual. But I swear to God, for maybe when I get more than 3 hours to set up and actually watch and read through these things, I will definitely think about doing it.
All right, on to the next article.
I'm gonna carry on throwing.
I think
shade.
this is the final one before. I think this is the final one before the main article that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, god damn it.
What?
Oh god damn it, I shit my pants again.
Do you want me to read this one?
If possible, cause I have like 15 actions,
Alright.
and I have to disable all of them.
Alright, I'll read it. Cleveland, Ohio. When the Cavs Legion Gaming Club announced plans to open a state-of-the-art esports facility this fall, the team promised there would be an educational component to it. A just-announced partnership with the Kent State University will fulfill that part of the mission. According to the press release, the idea is to help grow and strengthen the local gaming community in Northeast Ohio, which is also promoting the university's newly launched esports program. It's a great opportunity for us to team with Kent State University esports as we continue to build, support, and engage the esports community in Northeast Ohio, said Jonathan Summers, Cavaliers and Cavs Legion Senior Director of Esports, in the release. Bridging the gap between collegiate and professional level of esports is the next important step in our growth, and we couldn't be more excited to have Kent State Esports by our side to help us do that. Kent State will have access to the 2,700 square foot space for team practices, educational programs, and other events. The esports program will also become the branding sponsor of the facility's 2 streaming pods, which will be used by Cavs Legion, Kent State, and others to create content on streaming platforms. The Golden Flashes esports program launched last year with 24 varsity and 20 junior varsity players competing in Overwatch, League of Legends, Rocket League, and Hearthstone. The partnership with the Cavs will also allow these student athletes to get hands-on experience and work closely with professionals in the esports industry. That's the article. So what are you guys' opinions?
Can you repeat? I wasn't listening.
I'm not reading back.
I like
Just like, can you please repeat what you just said? You know, like that 15 or 20-minute thing you just read out. Can you please repeat?
Can you repeat that 5 paragraphs?
Can you repeat the last 5 paragraphs?
Can you repeat the last 5 pages? Pages. Oh my god, I wanna die.
So what are you guys' thought? This is going to open up a little bit wider of a discussion. What do you think of esports becoming a college program, like being able to get in for an esports team in college instead of just like football or baseball and stuff?
Well, if you're good enough, go for it. But that's
I mean,
probably
yes,
gonna,
well, you
no,
mean
that's
forcing
probably gonna. It's
out,
probably gonna fuck
No,
you,
competition is open to men and women for
I know.
this.
obviously.
So,
Otherwise, pretty sexist. But
I mean, you still can't play football.
But listen, there's probably gonna be a lot of feminists out there because there's not gonna be as many females as males signing up. So there's probably gonna be some feminists out there saying, "Oh, it's fucking sexist. Oh, it's more females in there." So that's definitely gonna happen. But I mean, if you're good enough, go for it. But I bet just a lot of people that have low grades are just gonna go for it and try it, and there's gonna be too many people.
I mean, do you think that bringing college sports into the realm of esports is a good thing? Like, for example, there's some college Call of Duty teams playing in the COD League this year. Do you think things like that are going to be more beneficial or harmful?
I would honestly think it would be much more harmful to the actual educational level. I'm not trying to say anything against video games. I love them. I would love that to be in schools and universities, but I'm saying out of my own perspective of what I've seen happen when a school did introduce esports into its general educational system, where they could use it as an extramural. Normally, what happens is the students spend up most of their time practicing for tournaments, doing this, doing that. But then, if they're not good enough, they'll never be able to make a career out of it. I would say they have to be careful in picking, and they have to keep the team very small. Otherwise, it will definitely not be worth it.
So you think it could harm the education level at the school? I kind of agree with that because it's like, I mean, if you're playing in like the Overwatch League, like they're multi-million-dollar tournaments, like having that much pressure on top of school stuff, it's like, are you going to focus more on the money or getting a degree that could be meaningless later? Most of the people focus on the money, so you're right, it could definitely harm their education. What's your opinion, Cheer?
I almost fell asleep.
Great opinion.
Wow.
What's your opinion on bringing esports into college?
I think that's probably the worst idea anyone could ever have.
No, I disagree because fuck you.
Oh, you would.
Great counter argument.
Actually, yeah, I do.
Amazing.
Whoa!
What are you gonna say now, huh?
Meet me in my room.
Okay, what if I do?
All right then.
I will be there laying on her
Carrying on.
boobs.
Carrying on.
No.
All right, let's not have this conversation for the podcast. All right, on to our final thing, which I sent you an article for, Flub, since you said you didn't know about it, but I'll explain it. So, Call of Duty came out with an announcement this week on Monday at Gamescom saying that there was going to be a 2v2 alpha for Modern Warfare, and it's going to give us our first look at the new Modern Warfare game. So, have any of you actually played the old Modern Warfares?
Yes,
And if
every
so,
single one.
what do you hope will be in this new one?
Okay.
Aliens.
Okay. everyone knows Ash will not be inside the new Modern Warfare.
But you'll be inside Ash.
True.
Can we
Okay.
no.
Thank you, Cheer.
Okay, well,
There's a
honestly,
time and place for that.
I don't.
Yeah,
I,
and an esports podcast is not the time or place.
True.
very true.
Forgive
All
me,
right,
Sire.
so
Okay, yeah.
You know,
Okay.
okay. Place. Give me a moment.
Jesus Christ.
Just
All right.
No, Diddy, you know how you always say in our videos in CNA, everything just evolves? I think it's because of me.
I think we found the root of the problem.
It's a piece of toast. We shouldn't have bought the bread, dude.
We shouldn't have brought the bread.
We shouldn't have put it. Okay.
The bread made it into a tiny.
Okay, so back to the topic at hand though. Do you guys think that what do you guys hope is in the new Modern Warfare, and what do you hope they take from the old game and bring into the new one? For me personally, I am hoping that they don't kill us with microtransactions. As a person who played Black Ops 4, once they started adding in items that we had to work for like 60 plus hours to get, or you had to spend a ton of money to get, it got to the point where I'm like, I don't see there being a future for these games. Do you think that if they do that again, there is a future as well?
I disagree. There will not be a future if they continue and continue to boost the hours up even more, because then it'll just get more irritating for players. They'll just give up.
Now,
I
100
agree.
hours for one cock skin.
You have to work 100 hours to get a green camo. That's pretty much what it is.
Okay.
No, just a plain green skin,
Well,
that's all.
honestly, in my opinion, it will kill the game quite a bit. But maybe if they don't make it too insane, like if they keep it to maybe around half an hour to an hour per camo, I feel like that would actually be worth it, because it wouldn't be that hard to get. And even if
How
you're
about
much
5 minutes?
if you're a much better player, you'll be able to do it in 10, 15 minutes. Like, I would not say that it should be done, which will take multiple hours to do or anything. And
Like, oh, and reserve cases, they better not bring those in either.
no,
I heard my voice was pretty quiet in the podcast. Is this better? Is this better
Yeah.
now? Okay.
Yeah, this is better. All right, so do you think then, Flub, since you played Black Ops 4, you know whenever you get a reserve case, and like 90% of the time you either get an item you already have or you get a sticker. It's like, do you think that they need to move away from cosmetics and focus on the game and re-establishing trust with the fan base, or do you think they should continue trying to milk it for like the next, say it survives 5 more years if it's lucky, if they keep acting this way? Do you think that that would be a smarter strategy than trying to sustain the games?
okay. In my opinion, I would not say they should spend too much time on the reserve cases, but I definitely think they should still keep it, because that was a great aspect to the game. It gave you something to work towards when you were done with the battle pass or whatever you were doing, because that added another challenge onto it, so you wouldn't stop playing the game. So that I still agree that it should be there, but they should not put too much time and effort into that. They should put more time into their maps, their details, their everything in general. But honestly, one thing that I'm really hoping that they'll have in this new Modern Warfare is a good campaign.
Oh yeah, I agree. If they can't get a campaign right, I'm just probably not going to be playing for long. Because to be honest, the thing that attracts me about this is that Modern Warfare has like such a big fan base built around the campaigns. I mean, like, this characters like Soap and Captain Price that pretty much everyone's heard of. And if they can't even get the campaign right, which is taking, like, you could literally remake Modern Warfare's 2 campaign and we'd be happy.
Definitely.
But
I'm just
with a bad campaign, it's like you're ruining the thing that made Modern Warfare amazing. Yeah, the multiplayer's fun and everything, but it's nothing like crazy. It's nothing like unique, but the campaign was always one of the things, because it was sort of dark, it was realistic. I mean, I think if they mess that up, they're ruining the chance of continuing the game overall.
Definitely. Do you remember the game Uncharted, the series Uncharted?
Yeah.
You remember what they did with Uncharted 1 to 3? They just kept it to the campaign, they only focused on the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in Uncharted 4, they included multiplayer.
Yeah.
So, what I'm thinking is, if they could, like, spend that much time on their campaign, like how the team for Uncharted did on their campaign, if they can spend that amount of time and effort on their campaign, because the multiplayer wasn't really that good. But since if you played the campaign before playing the multiplayer, it gave you a massive advantage in multiplayer. So therefore, like, if you can play the campaign and somehow gain experience from the campaign, that will make you much better.
What?
What the fuck?
Oh, but seriously,
It's a
I
good profile
seriously almost
picture.
fell asleep during the entire thing.
Well, okay, well, in my opinion, though, if you're going to make a Modern Warfare, you have to make sure the campaign is good, but you cannot neglect the other modes. Like Spec Ops is a fan favorite. If Spec Ops is bad, I don't have something to play when I'm alone. Because to be honest, what I play most when I don't have people to play with in Black Ops 4, I play zombies because that I can do by myself. So if any aspect of this game is bad, it will drastically hurt the fan base and it might hurt the lifetime of the game. All right, let's go on to cheer for her opinion.
She literally just nearly fell asleep, but okay.
Perfect.
Perfect.
What?
Now we can pick her brain when she just wakes up.
What?
She's so confused. $10. She didn't listen to a word we said.
I didn't.
Sweet. D&D, you owe me $10. Anyway, Chia,
Damn.
what is your opinion on the new Modern Warfare? What do you expect from it, and what do you think they should not add?
Good question. I
Maybe they shouldn't add hentai.
Great answer, guys.
honestly don't. I
No,
don't
maybe
know.
they should add
I don't
hentai.
know what to expect.
Firstly, Toasty, don't use the actual term for that because hentai can be classified as pervert. But if you were to say the actual what you're trying to say, that's against
Porn.
TOS. So don't. You
Porn.
don't.
All right, well, thank you, Tier
Wrong.
Legion. We're being
Child
terminated.
porn.
Yeah, thank you. We are now being terminated.
Yeah, sure. For
He said
saying
corn.
porn 3 times.
You guys are so stupid. Anyway,
All right, so I guess you don't know what the heck we're talking about, do you?
No.
Alrighty.
But I only
So-
played Black Ops 2 and 3, and that's a while
ne-
ago.
I didn't
You've
play
never
the-
played Modern Warfare.
What the hell is that?
Even I know.
Oh
about
my
Modern
god,
Warfare.
Flub, we need to execute everyone there.
okay. Whoever does not know what Modern Warfare is in the server, I
Who wa-
have an axe. I have an axe ready, and they are getting ready for execution.
I shall sacrifice myself on the silver platter. I am the fish. Now you shall
Oh
chop
no,
me into
no,
pieces
no, no, no,
and eat
no,
me.
don't
Now I
worry.
shall eat you.
Chia, what you gonna do? You're just gonna be everyone's pillow.
Ew!
Jesus Christ.
I love doing this.
Why does
Alright,
Sa-
so
wait. Why does Sash sound like such an effort when she says ew?
Why do I sound like what?
Such an effort.
I said e-girls. Like, what the crap?
No, effort.
alright, let's get back into the esports thing, please.
No, let's get back into
More
the
e-stuff?
effort thing.
No, we're not getting into the e-thought thing. This is an
E-sport.
esports pod.
Toasty, we're not getting into how your mother is and how your sister is online. We're talking about actual games here.
Oh, wait.
There we go. So, as I was trying to say, that if this Modern Warfare spends more time or more detail on multiplayer and has a crappy campaign, I'm out. I will never buy a Modern Warfare game again in my entire life.
I agree with you. Honestly, this is honestly the last Black Ops 3 didn't bother me. I get there was a lot of microtransactions, but they had a campaign. Zombies was fun. I enjoyed multiplayer a decent amount. Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered I thought were okay. I thought that Modern Warfare Remastered did a pretty good job at remastering the original, and I thought that it was a solid game overall. I think Raven did a good job on it. Infinite Warfare, I didn't hate. I thought the multiplayer was fun. Campaign was decent. Zombies was horrible. And I thought that the DLC that they added afterwards was just eh. World War II, I just could not wait for the end of that game's life. I hated World War II. I enjoyed Black Ops 4 up until I say 3-4 months in, when they started adding loot boxes and trying to make you pay for a ton of things. I started to not like that. And then when the DLC became just awful, I hated it. And I only get on there to complete my contracts and tier up a little bit. That's it. I will gain a few levels in the pass every week, and then I'm done. I'll play maybe 4 hours. I don't enjoy the game anymore.
Oh no. Okay. So, D&D, there is one thing that we can agree on. If they can ever
What?
somehow make a Call of Duty like they did with Black Ops 2, that would
Honestly, this is what Treyarch needs to do, since they're doing next year as well. They need to just remaster Black Ops 2.
I agree. For the PS5.
Forget a new
Who's
game.
saying that? Stop it! Jesus Christ!
Forget a new game. Just please make a Modern Warfare remaster. Not Modern Warfare. Please make a Black Ops 2 remaster, please. Flub and I will marry anyone you want if you remaster Black Ops 2.
You know what? Sure thing. Please just remaster Black Ops 2. Wait, wouldn't Black Ops 2 be cross-compatible with the PS5?
I think that it could be cross-platform. I don't know though, because PS5 isn't confirmed till at least
Wait,
December of next year.
Hold up.
What?
There's a PlayStation 5?
It's coming
It's
out.
coming out within a year or two.
It's coming out.
Because there's going to be an Xbox too. Side note, by the way, love how they went from Xbox to Xbox 360 to Xbox One.
No, it wasn't the Xbox 360 to
I
Xbox
know!
One to Xbox One X to Xbox One XS.
Honestly,
fucking
they have
idiot?
way too many Xboxes. I hate Microsoft
no,
for that.
No, it's Xbox One, Xbox One S, and then Xbox One X. No, Xbox One XS, you fucking idiot.
Sorry, I'm thinking about Apple. It's the same thing, pretty much.
No, it's not.
D&D, how many people do you think I offended?
Oh, wow.
D&D, how many people do you think I offended right there?
Pretty much anyone who knows anything about technology is fuming.
Yeah, go die,
Perfect.
Flub.
Perfect, that's what I was aiming for.
Honestly, so I saw some of the gameplay for Modern Warfare. I don't like how it looks already. I'm already scared because it looks like a Battlefield game, and I hate Battlefield.
Okay, and
It looks like Battlefield mixed with Siege, sort of.
Damn. But before we continue, I just want to ask Toasty one question. Toasty, how many fucking accounts do you have? Okay.
What?
Fucking accounts, Steve.
Because I have to keep banning his new account every single time he comes back because he keeps sending the weirdest stuff.
I know.
Alright, I need to go to sleep. Thanks for wasting my time.
Wasting your time. You were supposed to co-host this. I've been co-hosting.
Hey, listen, I didn't get no script or any crap.
Yeah, you're supposed to just interact with Flub.
Yeah, like how we normally do in DMs when I
What the fuck?
teach you stuff about math.
Yeah, totally math. Let's definitely say it's math. Yeah,
Are you
we
waiting
all
around?
know.
Wait,
Everyone in the comments section put hashtag FlubSosh DMs.
wait, you want me to
Everybody?
interact with Flub, right?
Yeah.
Alright, Flub, you wanna fuck?
Sure.
No, not the. Oh my God. That was the furthest thing from what I meant. Alrighty. So sleep well, Sosh, or sleep well, cheer. This has
Sleep
been
well,
such a
you
failure.
And I wasn't saying you were wasting my time, I was saying Flub was. Because he took so long.
Sleep well, E thought.
Sleep well, you thought.
Screw you too, bro. Screw you too.
Sleep well.
I'm
Double
good.
D. Aw, she left.
Double D Decker.
Guys, don't forget she will get mad if we tell the stream what we're talking about. And she'll leave.
All right. So anyway, back into the conversation. So I'm honestly worried about the game because it's looking like it's trying to be so many things that it's not. Like, honestly, Call of Duty is not Battlefield. They're not known for 50v50, and yet they're adding a ground war. They're not known for huge open maps, but that's what they're promising this year. I'm nervous that they're trying to get other games that are being a little bit more successful.
But is the campaign gonna be multiplayer? Do we know this yet?
We don't know if it's going to have co-op. I'm assuming it probably won't, but it is Activision, so you never know what they're going to do to mess up their games.
True. Honestly, if they have co-op, I should feel like the story
Yeah,
should completely change.
If they have co-op for the single player campaign, what I'm hoping you're playing as two different characters that are in the same script. Like, if you remember Black Ops 3, they had co-op in the campaign, but it's like you're the same character.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, they better do something different if they're going to add in co-op to camp, because I don't know, like a single player campaign, if you're going to have co-op, it needs to be written well. Like, it can't be like you're the same person but you can see each other as different people. Like, that cannot be it for me. Like, if you're going to have it, you need to like be able to like look around in the cutscenes slightly and see your bro Flub over there getting molested by a soldier or whatever.
Holy crap, why is that the first thing you think about out of everything?
Because that's supposed to be in the game.
If anything,
There's supposed to be a scene where a there's a scene where a soldier's supposed to molest a child, apparently.
Okay, TOS.
No, this is already out there on YouTube. Prestige and stuff have talked about it. But it's supposed to be the campaign, from what I've heard. There's going to be a mission where you're trying to hunt down terrorists in an apartment and you shoot everyone because you don't know who's the terrorist or not. Like, you're going to be shooting civilians, and your squad is going to, like, if they're not a terrorist, they're going to be like, you shot a civ, and they're going to be progressively angrier, and they can apparently shoot you in the campaign if you're killing too many civilians.
I feel like even if you just kill like one or two civilians, something should happen. Oh yeah, one more thing.
I mean, they're going to look like Flub.
Stop. Okay.
What's he done now?
He's making like so many accounts, and I have to keep putting each one of
Look
them
at
in
the name,
timeout.
Look at the name.
D&D is a big homo.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna
Hey,
make some
D&D,
more.
there's a simple comeback.
Uno reverse!
Perfect.
Alright, so we're gonna wrap this on up by talking about one final thing, which is, do you think that Call of Duty is going to have a good game this year? Like, do you think it will actually be good?
No.
You
Sorry.
have no hope for it at all.
Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. But after what they did with Infinite Warfare, BO3, BO4 was good, but in the latest update, they screwed it up. So BO4
They
as
didn't.
well.
BO4's been screwed up for like 4 months.
True, but okay, now I have to. You know what? Screw it. Screw it. Yeah. Now what you gonna do?
What?
Do that as well.
Did you disable chat?
You know what? Thanks. Thanks for the great idea. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Oh
Okay.
crap!
You know,
Shit, now I have two accounts. Like I have one D&D's become and one flop like sauce.
I have to keep.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, wait. Let's just quickly go.
We apologize for this, but honestly, I kind of agree with you. Okay, so here's the thing. I know they care about Modern Warfare because Modern Warfare Remastered was so good. But at the same time, Black Ops 3 was pretty good. People didn't like it as much because it was an EXO game. But I'm worried Activision's going to be like, all right, day one include $200 worth of outfits or something.
True.
But I am glad to hear that the maps and stuff will be free. There will be no season pass.
That's actually quite great. But D&D, I have to ask you one thing.
Yeah?
Why did we talk about this and not about Bella Delphine's account getting deleted off Instagram?
All right, we're going to move into two things that aren't esports. We're going to talk about Bella Delphine getting banned. Here's the reason. She's an e-thought. She deserved it. Now on to our next topic is Marvel losing the rights to Spider-Man.
Okay.
Bro, I cried.
No, D&D, shut up. I was the one that suggested this, so I'm the one that's gonna quickly give them the summarized version of everything that happened, okay? Sony is a piece of shit that is
Do you know what
selfish
happened?
piece of fucking shit. Sony just is selfish. So
Here,
you know
let
what?
me read the article.
No,
Let me read the article.
Listen, I'm doing this now. I'm gonna rant for a little bit, okay? Rant, okay? So let me explain what happened. Sony wanted 100% of everything that was made of the Spider-Man movie that they had made for Marvel. And now, what Marvel did was ask, hey, instead of it being 100%, can we split it 50-50? Now, Sony was like, you know what? Fuck you, Marvel. I'm gonna go take this dildo and I'm gonna stick it right up my anus because that's just how I am. They said, you know what? No. And then they took Spider-Man's rights, and now Spider-Man will no longer be included in the MCU. If no one knows what that stands for, it's the Minecraft Marvel Cinematics Universe. Spider-Man will no longer be included in the Marvel Cinematics Universe. Therefore, it will completely change the storyline from what we had from the comics. And now Sony...
Alright, so, okay, hold up. So this is Sony's official statement on this. So we're going to hear it from Sony, and then we're going to hear the Marvel side from a few of its actors. So Sony says much of today's Spider-Man news has mischaracterized recent discussions about Kevin Feige's involvement in the franchise. We are disappointed but respect Disney's decision to have him as the lead producer for our next live-action Spider-Man film. we hope this may change in the future, but understand many new responsibilities that Disney has given him, including all of their newly added Marvel properties, which do not allow time for him to work on IP they do not own. Kevin is terrific, and we are grateful for his involvement in and guidance in the franchise, and for the time he has spent to put us on the path we are currently on. We hope we can continue to work together in the future. Now, according to Jeremy Renner, who's the actor who plays Hawkeye, the contract was trying to be a 50-50 split. However, what they were doing was splitting the revenue from the movie. So say it makes $1 billion, Sony and Marvel will each get $500 million each if it makes $1 billion. However, to make up for the sum lost, instead of Marvel making the money from the merchandising, from merch like shirts and stuff, they were going to give 75% of that revenue, which on average for Spider-Man sells, let's say, a few billion a year probably. At least like $2 billion a year in sales, because Spider-Man is an incredibly popular character. It would allow them to have 75%. Sony would get 75% of licensing for that. Now, Marvel beforehand got 100% of the profit from merchandise. Sony got 100% from the movie. Sony would be gaining an extra 25% revenue in the new deal. 25% more revenue for a company that was saved from bankruptcy because Marvel wanted one character. Now, if Spider-Man is able to reach a new deal, which I have a feeling, let's be honest, Disney could probably buy out Sony right now if they wanted to. Like, they could go be like, yo, we want to buy Sony Pictures and Sony Television. Bam, they've bought Sony. They've bought Sony's two, honestly, least selling branches. PlayStation is pretty much the only thing keeping them alive. If they purchase out those two, it would allow them tons of movies. But most of those movies, they're not going to do shit with. They're going to focus on Spider-Man, because that's the character that's going to bring them profit. Since Sony ignored this deal, if they're not able to come to a new one with Marvel, inevitably Sony's going to go bankrupt again, because you've seen what they've done with Spider-Man films before. Ever since Spider-Man 3, Sony directing its own film for Spider-Man has not been good. Venom was shit. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 were terrible films. Spider-Man 3, the only good thing about it, I will say, is the fucking emo Spider-Man dance scene, because that's funny as hell. And finger guns. That was awesome.
True. But that's just used for memes, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting everyone know, the average income of of Spider-Man merch, the average income in 2014 was 185 million, and this is just profit alone.
185 million. I mean, still, that's a ton of money.
I mean, it's more than we'll ever make.
Tomorrow, Tier Legion becomes worth like 800 mil.
No, like 800 bull, dude.
No, but like, in all jokes aside, it's like Sony's throwing away a ton of revenue. And like, I get it, they're a company. They're not going to be grateful for something another company did for them. But still, like, I mean, Spider-Man, directed by Marvel Studios producers and produced by Marvel Studios, Spider-Man Far From Home was a pretty good movie. I liked it. I didn't like Homecoming. I thought Homecoming was pretty shit. I liked the villain, but Tom Holland to me just got annoying because it's like, I want to stop crime. I want to blow up boats. I want to kill people. It just got so.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Toasty? Did someone put you in the timeout corner?
Hey, Flop, don't tempt me. Okay? Because guess what? Look.
Oh my.
Oh, fucking hell. Alright, let's finish this up. But, like, honestly, I'm disappointed in Sony. So, Sony, kiss my ass. Fuck you, but I love PlayStation. Sony, you did good on PlayStation. Huggle there.
Oh my god. Hey, D&D, do I have full permission to just ban Toasty's IP from our streams?
No! No. Alright, look. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We will have a much more organized podcast next episode, sometime next weekend. We should have a guest on. I'm currently in talks with a few people to try to get them on to interview. And I hope it's better next time. If you enjoyed any bit of this, make sure you leave a like down below. If you want to see more content from us, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we will see you all in the